Ja, eigenlijk het verval van vorige stream, omdat de vorige stream de game gecrashed is. Ik zweer dat niet. Je maakt hem met iemand plannen en dan vraag je, ja, gaan we prokken of gaan we dat niet doen? Dan zegt hij, nee, ik ben met iets anders bezig. Shit. Maak dan geen plan dan, ja, als je toch iets anders gaat doen. Dan moet je gewoon zeker weten, hè, dat het gaat lukken. Ik vind het echt zo irritant, hè. ...36 weerhaven, dat is gewoon een glitch, denk ik, hoor. Op die stream van 1 uur geleden. Oké. 36 views is het meest dat ik heb gehaald in een paar maanden. Appla, yo. Kijk dat je kijkt. Kan ook zijn dat dat mijn account is. Ik weet niet, ja.
Interfere with my hunt.
Haha, loser, ik kan niet. Ik ben dood. Oh, big man. Veel damage.
Leech spotted! Watch out, boys! No!
You have to leverage, man.
Crush the leech, boys!
He stole my Edgar friendy! You little shitheads! How dare you! You little shits! Do not touch Edgar or you're all dead! Nani? Nani?
So Prewen never left Doris's theatre after they invaded. They must be holding Edgar here in their new headquarters.
I told you I was going to kill every single one of this. Welkom bij de stream. Welcome to the stream. Ik weet niet wat vermoord hebben als zij maar niet.
Remember your vows, friends.
Are you certain you will survive this?
Christ, he's dead!
Doris Fletcher was about to become a disaster. I'm getting close to having all the evidence. It's locked.
Waar moet ik nog van? Ik denk dat ik de hele stad heb. Ah nee, die heb ik nog niet gedaan. De South Ward.
It's locked. It's locked.
William Marshall Memory.
Blood of a pure heart, garlic, blood of a king. I don't understand. Perhaps this is what McCullum drank. I had better keep that in mind.
Edgar. Edgar, can you hear me?
Jonathan, is it really you?
Easy. Easy. Save your strength. I'm getting you out of here.
Don't try to spare me. As a physician, I know all too well when it's too late. Punctured lung, broken ribs, and internal bleeding. An accurate diagnosis, wouldn't you say?
Edgar, what happened?
They wanted me to confess. Beat me black and blue.
Jeffrey McCullum ambushed me at the Pembroke Hospital. He was convinced you and I were responsible for the Skal epidemic.
I never imagined that self-righteous fanatic would dare to attack us in the open. What became of him?
To prove him wrong, I let him go.
Really? Are you sure that was the wisest course of action?
Time will tell. The most intriguing part of his accusation was that you and I were the pawns of some ancient vampire.
William Marshall. Yes, they tortured me to make me confess the same nonsense.
I think you're hiding something, Edgar.
What do you mean?
William Marshall, for example. You speak of him as if you know him. How is that?
Because I am him.
Jonathan, I cannot say I'm ready for another round of questions.
While investigating the epidemic, I read some of McCullum's findings. I think you have some explaining to do.
I have nothing to hide, Jonathan. Nothing at all.
Doris Fletcher visited her mother at the Pembroke Hospital. That's how she first got infected.
I know nothing about that. Miss Fletcher once came to visit the sick. That is all I know.
No, Edgar, there is more. Doris Fletcher was Harriet Jones's daughter. They exhibited the same symptoms: blind hate and strong physical mutation.
What does this sad story have to do with us?
Doris and Harriet shared more than a hidden family bond. They were the embodiment of the epidemic and are linked to the Pembroke Hospital. Come on, Edgar, this is no coincidence.
I swear I'm at a complete loss. All I did was administer vampire blood to cure old Harriet. There was no evil plan, no diabolical plot.
You did what?
I tested the regenerating and healing properties of vampire blood on Harriet Jones. My only intention was to find the cure for influenza, I swear.
Whose blood did you use? William Marshall's? Mine?
Lady Ashbury's. While transfusing her with human blood, humanely appeasing her hunger, I also kept samples of her blood for my research.
You used her blood on Harriet Jones? My God, Edgar, that's unethical. You betrayed 2 of your patients at the same time.
Right, I admit it. I boldly ventured into experimental realms, but I've killed no one to appease my thirst for knowledge, Jonathan. I'm no murderer.
I never asked to become what I am, Edgar. You chose to conduct your rogue experiments.
You have worked beside me. You saw what I'm doing at Pembroke Hospital. Jonathan, you know I'm not an evil soul. Just another victim of this tragedy.
Oh, sorry.
No, Edgar, you are not going to die. Unless you want to.
What do you mean?
I'm turning
I
this
can
boy!
save you, Edgar. I can turn your broken body into one like mine.
You truly would? After all I've done,
You are my
after
boy,
what's been
Edgar.
said, you would offer me this gift?
I have no way of knowing which punishment would be worse, Edgar. But it is not for me to decide. So,
Please.
Oh, please, Jonathan, please. I beg you. This is what I've always wanted. This is what I've always searched for.
very well then. Prepare to die and be reborn. To face an eternity of guilt.
I'm ready. Oh, indeed, I am ready.
Enough!
Kan han bytte den dot han egentlig? Was het de juiste beslissing? Ik weet het niet. Maar als hij gaat misbruiken, kan ik hem nog steeds vermoorden. Nee. Ik kan nog steeds zijn bloed eruit zuigen. Later. Normaal zien. Normaal gezien is mijn controle sterker, mind control sterker dan die van hem. Dus ik kan hem sowieso wel. Ik wou die oude vent niet doen omdat hij gewoon het wou. Maar nu, omdat hij al gewoon dan, hij ging gewoon slecht gebruiken. Nu hebben we nog steeds een dokter. En hoe noem je dat? Nu moet hij met de schuld.
So Harriet Jones became the original carrier when Edgar gave her vampire blood. I must tell Elizabeth.
Look at it! Vicious bugger! I'll kill him! Fly, vermin! Sorry, sir. No admittance. Stay away!
Ja, ik bleef smet. Ah, kut. Nu had hij moeten leven met dat hij super veel mensen hun leven heeft gekost. Dat dat veel erger is dan gewoon direct doodgaan hoor. Ik had dat nooit mogen eigenlijk te veranderen. Nu ben ik het helemaal. Nu denk ik zo van, ja maar fuck kut. Het is nu te laat nee. Het is, ik heb zo al. Ja, ik weet het niet. Oh, nu kan ik er een keer inlopen.
It's locked. It's locked off.
The inspiring Lady Ashburn. There are darknesses in life and there are lights. And you are one of the lights. The light of all lights. Bram Stoker, 4th August 1897.
Right.
What good fortune brings you back to me, Jonathan? What is it, my dear?
I'm afraid it's bad news, Elizabeth. The worst, actually.
Please, speak up.
Edgar is no longer in McCullum's grasp. I resolved that matter.
Where is our good friend now? Is he well?
Of a sort. His injuries were mortal. I had no choice but to make him one of us. To save him, or to punish him.
To punish him? I fail to understand. And what is the source of this cold tone in your voice?
Edgar Swansea was responsible for the Skull epidemic, Elizabeth. It was he who unleashed the deadly scourge upon London.
What? Are you certain? This is the most terrible accusation of all.
He confessed everything to me. He sought to cure the disease, to exploit vampire blood to stop the epidemic. But he unwittingly gave birth to a catastrophe.
All those poor victims. How could he do it? What happened?
Edgar gave no heed to ethics. His theory could have been proven to be correct, but he abused the confidence of his patients to test it.
I must say I'm shocked, Jonathan. Who would have thought it? And the poor patient. Let me guess. It was Harriet Jones, was it not?
Yes. That explains how Doris Fletcher was infected, and how she became an Icor. She secretly visited her mother at Pembroke.
Then we have no choice. We must act quickly, Jonathan. We must return to the sewers and put an end to the threat poor Harriet embodies.
I have one more matter to discuss with you. Harriet Jones was the primary case, but... do you know what a healthy carrier is?
There is a tone in your voice that frightens me, Jonathan. What are you trying to say?
It was your blood Edgar used for his experiment on Harriet Jones.
What? No. No. This can't be. Oh.
Elizabeth, are you all right?
No, I have to go.
What do you mean?
Leave me alone. Save the city, Jonathan. Save what can be saved.
Elizabeth, I need answers. Why did your blood
Stay
cause
away
this?
from me. Please. I swear I never was your
Wait!
enemy.
No! Elizabeth! It's locked.
Natuurlijk is zij er ook in. Please actually see. Maar hoe gaan we nu van die... Ja, maar dat wordt zo'n probleem. We gaan dan ook in die base gaan van die Lord Redgrave. Maar we zijn daar niet meer welkom. Dus hou je er ook vermoorden daar. Dan moeten we Callum. Of McCallum. Moeten we dan ook nog een keer convincen dat we van King Arthur zijn bloed nodig hebben.
Now would be a good time to blend the recipe Marshall used when he fought the disaster. I think I know where to find what I need.
Step away, sir. Oh! I'm talking to you, you twat!
Say that? What? That rat?
Best stay back, sir. Go back home, idiot! Over there! There's one of them vermin! Meat! Kill it! Trust the meat, boys! Take its head!
It's not a place for you, sir.
I cannot enter.
Nu ben ik in enemy territory.
Get your weapons ready! We've got one! Shit!
Whose blood could be purer than that of William Marshall? Lord Redgrave will have to spare me a drop.
Sir, you are not welcome.
I had just seen a new outcome. Ze zaten even bij de voordeur, maar ze zaten er nooit in bij de achterdeur. Dat is ook gewoon dom. Empire, Vampyr, Empire, Vampyr. Eigenlijk, een Empire is ook een Vampire. Je zet er gewoon een V voor Empire en dan heb je een Vampire. Empire. Virgin Empire. I am too funny for this fucking world. Kablowski.
I'm still persona non grata in the Ascalon Club. If I want to speak with Lord Redgrave, I'll have to improvise.
Oh. Ik ga serieus dat hij nog gaan willen praten met jou. Als je net even de subjects hebt neergeschreven. Dat is zo leuk als je dat kan doen in info.
Good evening, Lord Redgrave.
What are you doing here, traitor? I shall smite you for this audacity.
I'm not here to bicker, Lord Redgrave. I can put an end to this epidemic, but I need your assistance to do so.
Good. We've held out thus far, but the time has come to put an end to this crisis. Tell me, what do you need?
The blood of William Marshall.
The blood of William Marshall? Of my maker? Are you mad? This blood is the purest of all. My maker proffered it to me on the battlefield. I cannot hand it to you.
This is more important than the club, you, or me. This is London's last hope.
I see. Well, in that case, given the gravity of the situation, I suppose I can spare you a drop.
Thank you, my lord.
If you manage to save this city, you'll prove yourself a veritable servant of the crown. So Godspeed, Dr. Reed. Our fate lies wholly in your hands.
En is oké, serieus? Als die gozer die zei dat ik hier niet ben mag, hè? Smet, ik slap je moeder. Jezus fucking, was dat zo moeilijk. Echt, ik zweer. Soms hè, maken spellen echt zo. Eerst maak ik nooit meer. Ik dacht zo van, ik sta daar naast hem, ik doe letterlijk niets. Ik doe letterlijk niets. Ik stond naast hem. Hij zegt dat ik een verrader ben, maar ik doe niets. Want hij weet dat ik gewoon... Het kan ook gewoon zijn omdat hij weet dat hij zwakker is dan mij. Dat hij nooit gaat kunnen winnen. Daarom. Wat een vette leugenaar is. Dat hij super sterk is. Nu nog 2 bloeds. Bloeders, bloed.
Support the equality between men and women. Women's right to vote.
Stupid newborn! You're mine!
De ding eigenlijk op begin, die hakzaag dat niet gebruikt. En dat is het opeens de wapen in de hele game. En je krijgt hem op begin. Wat die Jeffrey ook gaat zeggen. Oh joh. Het is al lang genoeg doorgaan. Wat? zelf. Dat is even nice te dingen. Hideout, buiten zijn kamer dan. En dat je ook zo'n nieuw game kan doen, hoop ik. Dat je zo alles al hebt. Ik vind niet echt goede Vampire Hunters als ik letterlijk langs in er kan lopen. Als ik het nog niet door heb, dan gaan we hier binnen. Juist zijn hier veel mensen die bij dit gaan. We zijn nu university.
Good quality. Come on, take a look. Don't be afraid. Fancy buying something, sir?
You never lose your focus, do you?
Even iets.
Right then. Show me what you have.
You again? What do you want this time?
Can I offer you my medical expertise, Mr. Peters?
Keep your medicines for others.
There is a thin line between pride and stupidity, sir. Please take this medication. You'll feel better.
All right. I'll take it then. It's not like I don't appreciate the gesture.
Goodbye, Mr. Peters.
Dankjewel, Mattie. Moet ik jou nog een keer zijn hem?
Fancy buying something, sir?
You never lose your focus, do you?
Do
you need help, sir?
To be honest, I'd prefer you take a look at my stuff. I'd rather be rich and sick than the contrary.
I don't quite agree, but I won't argue with you. Please, take this. You'll feel better.
Really? Free? Don't take it personally, but charity usually comes at a price. Human nature being what it is.
Ja,
Goodbye
voor
for
mij
now,
niet.
Mr.
Ik ben gewoon gratis. Wees blij, Schmet. Als je niet blij bent, kan je ook fokken. Oké, fuck off.
Good evening, Mr. Whitaker.
It's Father Whitaker, my son.
It's Father Whitaker, my son.
Are you still lost in your rational delusions?
Don't you fear getting sick yourself?
Faith gives me all I need, my son. If I must fall, then so be it.
No doubt your faith will prevail, but let me give you some extra protection against the devil's work. Medicine.
Blessed be your generosity, my son.
I have had enough for tonight.
Altijd te kijken hoe je dingen in de oude tuin. Net als zo, ik weet niet.
Good evening, Christina.
Change your mind, Mr. Reed?
Do you need any assistance, Miss Popper?
It depends on the price of your medicine.
I am shocked that you would think I am that sort of man.
Forgive my suspicion. I'm so used to liars with good manners. Thank you, sir.
Goodbye, miss. Take care of yourself as best you can.
Good evening, Doctor. Can I help you?
Do you need assistance?
That would be nice of you, Doctor. Who knows what I may have caught during my investigation.
If you persist in investigating the most pox-ridden boroughs of London, you must accept the risks.
Thank you, sir.
Goodbye, Mr. Darby. Farewell.
Camellia wordt dit nooit ziek. Damn. Harry Peterson. Are zit niet te kort. Oké. Oh, zij vliegt dat hij niet blokkeert.
Imprisoned by your daily routine. Unable to see the truth.
Come on, take a look. Don't be afraid.
Ah, die voice zit hier goed.
I'll come back when only one person's in.
Ah, je kan niet naar binnen wanneer het die...
Good evening, Benjamin. Can I help you?
I'm afraid not, Mr. Reed.
You don't seem well, Benjamin. Do you need any help?
I always feel ill, sir. It's like I'm never right.
I will see you later. A gun, alcohol, and a bad temper make a terrible cocktail, sir. Goodbye for now.
The Swanborough cordial can be the answer to all your problems. As long as you have the money.
How are you, boy?
I'm not your boy, all right? Now piss off.
Do you need assistance?
Please. Feeling tired these days.
There you go. Let's hope nobody steals it from you.
Very funny.
Goodbye, young man.
And no fucking attitude and shit. You have to get something, you fucking shit. If it weren't for my reputation as doctor, you would already get smacked around by it. Huh? Oh my god, serious? Ah,
Best be moving on.
No civilians allowed, sir. Hey! I'm talking to shoot me!
Dann ask me Oslo.
Weapons ready! We found one! Shit! You'll pay for that!
If McCullum really drank the blood of King Arthur, then I may have found another vital ingredient for my recipe. I can't believe I'm doing this. Good evening, Vampire Hunter.
Are you here to end me, Leech? You'll find I will not be killed easily.
Not at all, McCullum. I am here because I need you.
Really? I'm intrigued. Speak up, then.
I need the blood of a king. The blood of Arthur. I'm certain you possess it, and I must have it.
The Guard's most sacred and precious relic. Why would you? You found Marshall's memoirs. I should have destroyed that book.
I need the antidote to save this city, McCullum.
It is within me to take your words as truth. I want to, but I must know more. What precisely are your plans?
I have found the carrier, McCullum. The infection's source. It may be science or some supernatural power that's responsible for all this. But I will harness either or both to end the epidemic.
A vampire doctor. My God, you're a terrifying creature. Jonathan Emmett Reed.
Do you not understand? We wanted the same thing from the outset. A means to end this vampire epidemic.
Not enemies. Maybe that is so. Take it then. I see no other hope for this city. If this is some trick, you will be damned, Dr. Reed.
Thank you. Can we speak more?
Indeed. Why not?
What will the Guard of Priwen do now? Will you stop the Great Hunt?
Yes. But we shall continue to protect innocents from beasts like you and your red-headed friend.
How long have you known Lady Ashbury? Where is she? And what will you do to her?
We saw you meeting her, so of course we investigated. But she is gone. Our scouts reported she has sold some paintings and departed for an unknown destination.
Like me?
I am indebted to you for sparing me at Pembroke. But this won't always be the case. I'm no coward like those St. Paul's Stoll brothers.
Why are you here?
The man who raised me after the brutal murder of my parents. He's buried here.
And who was this man?
Carl Eldritch. One-time leader of Priwen. He killed my father in front of me. Helped me hunt my brother Ain after teaching me how to kill leeches.
Were both your parents killed by vampires?
Yes. And yet worse. My father returned to Dublin a vampire and tore out my mother's throat.
Adieu, vampire hunter.
Until we meet again, blood drinker.
Bloodsucker zijn ze meestal. Kan je even zeggen dat je mannetjes mij niet moeten aanvallen? Ja, dat zou heel vriendelijk zijn, dank je. Hey, Matti!
Are you alright, Miss Shun?
My name is Xiao Shun. This is the proper way to address someone in my country.
I do apologize, Xiao Shun. Are you alright?
Yes, I am. This is the only place where I can find some kind of serenity. Some way to remember my dear Matthew.
How do you feel? Physically speaking, I mean.
I don't feel good, Dr. Reed. Not at all.
Give medicine.
You should recover quickly after taking this.
Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you, Doctor.
Tell me how your husband died, Xiao Shun.
Matthew died of the Spanish flu, like so many others. It's a mundane cause of death these days, but for me it meant the end of the world.
At this time, there is so little medical science can do to defeat this terrible epidemic. I'm truly sorry.
The worst thing is not his death, even if it tears me apart. The worst is not to have seen it coming, to have lost him so quickly, even before realizing it.
Did he hide his condition from you?
Matthew was a smiling type, a happy sort. Everything that I am not. Did he laugh at his death to come, or did he not realize what was going to happen? I'll never know.
The Spanish flu may be the worst disease mankind has ever faced. Why are you blaming yourself?
You don't understand. I didn't know he was so sick. I didn't realize the gravity of his situation until it was too late.
As harsh as this sounds, we are all equally vulnerable to this awful disease. It can take the strongest man in just a couple of days.
I never said goodbye to Matthew. We never realized how bad it was. We laughed about it even. He always made me laugh. Now I don't have enough tears to shed.
Goodbye, Zhao Shun.
Zhao Shun.
Maybe we'll talk later.
Zhao Shun. Shun.
So many new graves.
Disappear. Oh ja, ik gebruik die, maar ik moet die eentje zitten. Nee, wacht.
As I feared, Samuel no longer preaches the good word. I have this thirst for blood. It's locked.
Jesus, you're lucky.
I cannot use garlic, but there may be a substitute in the Pembroke Hospital drug storage.
Yeah, boy. Nee, nou is het uitgespeeld, denk ik dan hierachter, of niet? Ja, dan houdt hierna hem uitspeelt. Of nog niet. Ik weet niet. Ik was even wat, ik was even niet. Want we gaan nu... Het hele story gaat eigenlijk over... Dingen, over de pest, de epidemic gaat dat over. En nu gaan we de antidote misschien vinden. Er tegen. Dus ja. Wat doen mensen hier?
No civilians allowed, sir. Stop now! I'll put an end to you!
Not a safe place right now, sir. I'd head back. It's one of us! Not human! We'll crush them!
There it is. Insulin. Much more efficient than garlic against blood poisoning and sepsis, and much less dangerous for me. Thank you, Dr. Polescu.
De vampire achter ding. Hierboven en zat niet eens door. Ik weet niet altijd hoe je vampire hunter zijn, hè. Zullen we niet zelfs dan kun je de beneden area zien.
Best stay back, sir. Easy does it, boys. One back from the shadows. There's one of them vermin!
It's locked, all right.
Traces of a pinkish foam at the corner of the lips. Some sort of drug overdose, perhaps? Multiple abrasions and scarring on the arms and legs. Old and distinctive injuries of a sailor or a fisherman. The chest was originally opened to perform the operation. The sutures are clean, but the chest has been reopened. A puncture over the left lung, possibly a chest tube insertion. Not the cleanest work, but I think it was successful. Signs of internal bleeding. So, Dr. Tippett's anesthetics were incorrectly dosed, causing the patient's death. And then, he tried to operate on him again. Tippett has made an egregious error. It's time we talked.
Daar was dat nou moest doen. Like down, Dan mag je, zo'n foto denk ik niet dat je mag maken. Hè. Een overdosis. Toedienen op een patiënt. Ik kan dan straks een Minecraft spelen. Dus, nee, ik heb er geen zin in Minecraft te spelen. Je zou uiteindelijk toch alleen maar grinden zijn. Oh, wat? Ah, ik zat al op de tweede vloer. Leeg.
woodland seems stable. Time to go and find Harriet in the sewers.
Dus is het helemaal daar. Oké, en wat ga ik een keer evolve? Nee. Ik heb 1000 skill points. Mijn HP is nu een beetje beter. Dat is goed. Headache, fatigue. Headache, Ah ja, Tippet nodig vragen. Tippet? Ah, hier Tippet. Ja, jongen.
Good evening, Dr. Tippett.
Dr. Reed, any good news to share?
Nee.
Corcoran, I want you to tell me about Mr. Connor. How did he die? What happened?
He was my patient. He died because of my mistake. That's the blunt truth.
What was the nature of the mistake?
It was a twofold error. My diagnosis was wrong, and the administered dosage was too strong.
Who was this patient?
I don't know. Some sick man from the docks, maybe a fisherman. I had no time to talk with him. No one claimed a body.
Why not stop practicing?
Are you mad? I killed that man, I admit it, and it won't happen again. I have saved so many lives since then.
How are things now that Dr. Swansea is back?
Dr. Swansea seems changed by what happened to him. Really changed.
Changed how?
I don't know. Happier? No, it's not that. More serene.
Is that a good thing?
Yes. It's like he finally found his true self.
Hij is zo terug. Die pimpelpal.
Goodbye, Dr. Tippett.
Dan moet hij maker zijn, hè. Zie je dat? Waar is hij? Zwansje, oké, daar zit je. Een vieze zwaan. Edgar! I am coming to you, you little shit.
Jonathan, my dear, I can never thank you enough.
Thank me? For what?
Come now, you know what I mean. I am... well, I'm just like you.
Zito.
Have you no shame? Must I remind you of your ludicrous actions? Of the innocent men and women who died at your hands?
Shame is for mortals, Jonathan. I know it now, and you should too. We are something else. Something more.
What about the Brotherhood? Will they eject you?
I remain a member. I have information to provide now. Intelligence from the other side, if I may say so.
They won't banish you?
Not so long as I behave.
Goodbye, Edgar. I'm certain we'll meet again.
Het was de slechtste foto dat ik ooit heb gemaakt toen hem... Hij is nog erger. Hij is nu een klootzak gewoon. Ben ik. Guilt is for mortals. Of shame. Shame is for mortals. Fucking little shit.
Another night with the glorious battalion of Pembroke.
Waar is die zuster dinges? Ja, die was
Good evening, Nurse Brannigan.
Good evening, Doctor.
Tell me what Dr. Tippett did. I know his mistake caused a patient's death.
If I had not covered up his error, Dr. Tippett would have been fired from this hospital. I could not let that happen.
You can't allow your emotions to dictate your conduct concerning patients, Nurse Brannigan.
Look around you, Dr. Reed. Do you really think we can afford to lose a brilliant practitioner like Dr. Tippett's in our situation?
Perhaps you did it with the best intentions, Nurse Brannigan, but you took a great risk. Must I remind you that a man died?
You mean you've never made a mistake? Never covered your tracks? Come on, Doctor. I wasn't born yesterday.
I've decided that I won't reveal Dr. Tippett's, shall we say, misdemeanor.
I'm so glad you share my point of view. Dr. Tippett is a brilliant practitioner. We most definitely need his know-how.
I hope you're right. This is a huge risk we're taking.
Dr. Tippett must regain his confidence. Please, keep this decision between you and me. He doesn't need to know you found out.
Goodbye, nurse. Call me if you need assistance.
Gewoon breed naartoe vriendelijk. Zo nou wat de ballen.
He's mine! I'll take it! A leech! A leech!
I'm too fast for this game.
Someone's playing a right strange game, and I'm gonna find out.
Good evening, sir.
Who the fuck are you? Don't you see I'm busy here?
Dr. Jonathan Reed, that's who I am. And who are you?
Ah, some fancy gentleman we've got here. Clear off. We don't want strangers on our streets.
So you won't tell me your name, then?
The name is Booth Digby. Maybe I'll ask my boys to break one or two of your bones, just so you remember it.
You are gonna die.
My sweet queen, who will protect you from yourself? Will you cry for me?
Edwina Cox. Ah, oké. Ah, mijn game crasht weer, mensen. Mijn game is weer gecrashed. Ja, de stream gaat eindigen. Ik ga morgen voten met